If you asked the CIA for the worst websites still operating on the dark web, they would probably give you a list of some crypto exchanges, some hitmen hiring websites, some illegal trafficking websites, and then they would give you Doordash. Because it seems every single story I am hearing from Doordash nowadays is actually some insane asylum shit happening for no reason whatsoever. Just today, I got what might be the dumbest story I have ever seen. To say this story is basically like Swiss cheese because of how many loopholes and just thought errors there are in general in how these people handle the situation would be an understatement, because this doesn't make sense in any way you look at it. The warning I'm about to give you is that this full on looks like a South Park skit because every single person in this video looks like a caricature. The person delivering the food looks exactly like how you'd expect someone who delivers DoorDash for a living to look, and the person getting the food, which by the way is fucking Arby's. This guy ordered Arby's at 12. He ordered, I cannot stress this enough, he ordered Arby's at midnight. This absolute sicko went out of his way to order Arby's at midnight. So what happens after this is basically warranted out of my perspective, but he looks like someone who would order Arby's is all I'm saying. And I assure you, this is not some face filter or anything. These people actually just look like this. Let's get into the video and I'll explain every single thing that is stupidly absurd about this story.
My wife had started eating and she started choking and gasping, and after she had had a couple bites of her food, she actually threw up.
This is my dog. Dog intermission. Okay, my dad just came in to hand me my dog, who is blind. That's why his eye is fucked up like that. He is blind. But we love him. Anyways, back to the video. That has nothing to do with this.
It's pepper spray. It's more than likely what it is, but now in this day and age, it could have been anything. It could have been rat poison. It could have been fentanyl. You know, I mean, my wife could have been dead. Definitely want to see her prosecuted.
I'll get to the main points that are actually correct here, okay? And I'll give you all the facts as we know them as of the moment I'm making this video. Yes, she is fully in the wrong. This is full-on tampering with someone's food is a felony offense. She will get prosecuted for this. There is no doubt about this. Him saying this could have been fentanyl. I mean, this is this entire thing where I've seen this so often with like Facebook moms who are like, they're gonna put drugs in the candies on Halloween. Watch out. I'm gonna hold y'all's hands when I tell you this. No one is giving out drugs for free. No one is gonna lace your food with fentanyl. Okay, to be fair, no one would ever lace your food with pepper spray either, so this makes equally not a lot of sense. But once you hear her reasoning for why she did this, okay, maybe, okay? We'll get to that after this. Before that, I just have to say, look at this absolute specimen who is complaining. Not only does he look like an actual copied soy jack, I'm actually not even convinced there isn't a soy jack of this guy out there somewhere. He's also wearing the Japanese hat. I genuinely would give all of my money to charity this instant. If he can read what is on his hat, I'm giving away all of my money. Immediately, please contact me and say a few words in Japanese and I will gift away my entire fortune of like $30. The reasoning that the woman gave, I'm not like being weird, I just actually don't know. The hair is throwing me off here from calling her a woman confidently. Her official response to this was that there was a spider on the DoorDash delivery. In retribution for the spider existing, she pepper sprayed their food. Which, there's a lot of things wrong with that statement, which is now is where the entire story comes falling apart from both sides. And I'll explain how stupid this is. So, she claims there's a spider on the food. Two problems. Huge glaring problems with this statement she just gave. It's like freezing temperatures. Tell me the last time where it's been freezing out and you've seen a spider just crawling around. They do not like cold weather. 2, she literally just put the Doordash order down. Was this like some radioactive spider situation where she puts down the food and it immediately like jumping spiders from like across the entire village onto that single Doordash order? Because again, she puts it down and immediately like starts spraying that shit. So unlikely. This case has happened a lot where, oh, the people don't tip, and then they get mad if that they don't tip and they tamper with their food and be like, yeah, fuck you for not tipping. Honestly, with the amount of ego that American people have, I wouldn't even be surprised if that is what happened. But the problem is that this absolute specimen tipped. And not only he tipped a decent 10%, which is half of the average tip that you usually give people in America, which is 20%. Which again, I'm not even going to get into tipping culture. It is the most toxic, brain-dead thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I didn't even know human rights violations were that insane in America until I saw tipping culture. It is insane. I'm not going to get into it. It is actually the most batshit insane thing I've ever seen. Maybe she thought that the 10% tip wasn't enough, so obviously she pepper sprays the bag. Okay, let's even assume whatever. That's my most obvious assumption, is that she just didn't think the tip was enough, so she poisoned these guys. Let's say there was an insane huge spider and she saved them from the spider by pepper spraying it. Okay. Maybe. There's another problem. She doesn't notify them of having pepper sprayed the bag. That's problem number 1. So, okay, she could have avoided this. Problem number 2 is that this man says his wife started choking on the food and then threw up. And then later they found out, there's pepper spray on the bag. Now, why are you lying, my brother? Why are you lying? This guy, I think he saw the last Doordash case and he wanted some of that like GoFundMe money for himself. So he made up a story. Because if she's... Again, I'm going to walk you guys through this as if you're like primary school children who haven't seen the real world and lack object permanence. There is a bag, and then inside of the bag, there are more bags. And the little thing that holds burgers from Arby's, because again, they order from Arby's for some godforsaken unknown reason. When you spray something on a bag, there is a bag in between the food and the thing that is sprayed. So how did the pepper spray penetrate not only through the bag, but also through like the shell of the burger to get onto the food? It just doesn't even make sense. And then they're telling me that, oh, we didn't even notice the pepper spray until she already ate, and then they went back to the bag and saw, wow, there's some pepper spray on this. As someone who has actually experienced pepper spray before, I'm not like some actual offender. My brother just like sprayed some pepper spray in the house once with some friends, and it is absolutely fucking insane. You cannot miss pepper spray on something. We had to air out the house for like 30 minutes. This is no laughing matter. You would immediately know if pepper spray was on your bag. So I'm just assuming they opened their door, immediately get a whiff of the most insane pepper spray, and then just immediately start lying on their bloodline. They're like, yo, oh my god, we ate this, we threw up, you have to be sued. Oh my god, please give us more money. There's no way they didn't know there was pepper spray on this thing. Yeah, I just don't know. Ordering from Doordash and stuff like that is just an insane thing to do in general. I understand, like, on a special day, maybe you don't want to go out, you get something from Doordash. I understand. And I don't want to be mean, and I don't want to shame people for how they look. But this man is obviously not ordering for a special occasion. I don't know, ordering from Doordash just seems like an unneeded hazard to your life. At this point in time, there's so many stories of just absolute insane shit happening on Doordash. Just like a few months ago, the woman who just like went into the guy's house and started filming him while he was passed out on his couch. Yeah, no, don't order from Doordash. Just get your lazy ass out of the chair, walk those 100 feet to the nearest McDonald's, because there's like 90,000 McDonald's in America for some reason. Just walk there. Just walk there, please. And if you're ever hungry at midnight, don't buy an Arby's. I don't even know how Arby's is still in business. This guy might actually be single-handedly keeping them in business by how it looks, but just, like those people who like act out of goodwill, where they see a robbery happening and they'll jump in front of the robber and be like, no, and like try and tackle the gun out of his hand. It might have been one of those situations where she saw, damn, these guys ordered triple double quarter pounder with meat Arby's burgers at midnight. They need saving by any means necessary, and then just start pepper spraying it out of like goodwill, being a good Samaritan for the entire community. Maybe. Her motives will forever be unknown, because the only thing we do know is that there was definitely no fucking spider on that DoorDash order. And yeah, as always, guys, don't order from DoorDash. Walk to your nearest store or just cook yourself, honestly. It's not that hard. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.